We don't have any pets because, frankly, with 3 children, I've cleaned up enough poop over the last 8 years to last me a lifetime. I don't need to chase after a little dog. Speaking of poop, I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for the last 7 years. Currently, I work at the VA in La Jolla and also Tri-City Medical Center. 3 kids, 2 jobs. Do the math. Now, I work in critical care. So if you're a patient of mine and you meet me at work, you're probably having a bad day, but don't worry, I'll make your boo-boos better. Working in ICU, I've had the privilege to become very proficient at CPR and sedating bad behavior. So be good. So I've been in California since 2003, but I really miss the Pacific Northwest. I grew up in the Portland, Oregon area, and I have fond memories of going to the Rogue River, camping, hiking, and fishing with my dad, although I would never put the fish on the hook, the worm on the hook. It's gross, icky. I still don't like to touch worms. And my dad, frankly, didn't like to take me fishing after a while. I also liked to play sports growing up. I enjoyed playing baseball, and I eventually made a foray onto the wrestling team against my dad's better judgment. My most memorable occurrence on the wrestling team was about 8th or 9th grade when I was pinned by a girl. She was stronger and tougher than I, and I just couldn't handle it. She pinned me in the first round. In fact, she pinned me pretty quick, and I didn't let her either. She was tough. My dad always said I was a lover and not a fighter, and he was probably right. And I still haven't recovered because my wife beats me just about everything now, too. I wasn't as bad in baseball. In fact, one year I made the all-star team, but I rode the bench the whole season. So sports weren't my thing. That's okay. Now I like to focus on things I'm good at, like being a dad, gambling, and entrepreneurship. I'm a prolific and passionate entrepreneur. My first major business venture was a hot dog cart at age 21. It was called Dog This. We served wieners everywhere. I was the wiener man. It was quite enjoyable. I started out as a street vendor, didn't do too well at that, and I forayed into the land of corporate catering. One event was in downtown San Francisco. It was sort of a company picnic in the lobby of this high-rise office building in downtown. And I had to feed so many people in a short amount of time that my small 3-pan hot dog cart wasn't going to cut it. So I thought, I'll rent a grill. Easy. What's cheaper, charcoal or gas? Charcoal's cheaper to rent, right? Downtown San Francisco, I set up that charcoal grill at the base of this building in this little alleyway. What could go wrong? Filled it with Kingsford, dumped generous amounts of lighter fluid on it, lit a match, and walked away. As black smoke filled the downtown San Francisco air, the ventilation system of that building sucked that smoke up into that building and nearly asphyxiated hundreds of office workers. Within moments, fire alarms were going off, people were screaming for their lives and running out of the building. They didn't call me back for a second of that. My next major venture, well, eventually I had to sell the business to pursue my nursing career. Using my nursing experience a few years later, I thought I'll start a podcast and a blog. It was called resourcenurse.org, where I gave helpful tips and tricks to new nurses. My podcast was downloaded over 10,000 times. Despite that, couldn't make a buck. That floundered. My current venture is a mouth spray called Kiss Sweet. It's xylitol based. It'll cure all that ails your mouth. It'll be available for sale on Amazon soon. It's been said that success is merely a string of failures. And that's good news to me because I've had my share of failures. But what keeps me going in business is the thought that I might be just one failure away from wild success. Thank you.